Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I'm Valsa Williams and with me is Abhishek Mukhopadhyay with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister inaugurates Kisan Samman Sammelan in New Delhi, releases 16,000 crore rupees to farmers under the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi. Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Urvarak Pariyojana One Nation One Fertilizer Scheme launched. Prime Minister to begin the distribution of Ayushman cards in Gujarat this evening. Fifth Assembly of International Solar Alliance to begin in New Delhi under India's presidency. Coal sector achieves record production of 772 million tons of coal with a growth of 8.8% during the year 2021-22. Voting underway to elect new Congress president. And in football, India to take on Brazil in their final Group A game of FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup in Bhubaneswar this evening. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today released the 12th installment amount of 16,000 crore rupees to farmers under the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi through direct benefit transfer, inaugurating the PM Kisan Samman Sammelan 2022 in New Delhi today. Mr. Modi said PM Kisan is a transformational initiative for the farmers.
देश के करोड़ों किसानों को पीएम किसान सम्मान निधि के रूप में 16,000 करोड़ रुपए की एक और किस्त उनके खाते में जमा हो गई। कोई बिचौलिया नहीं, कोई कटकी कंपनी नहीं, सीधा सीधा मेरे किसान के खाते में पैसा चला जाता है। मैं इस दिवाली के पहले पैसे का पहुंचना, खेती के अनेक महत्वपूर्ण कामों के समय पैसा पहुंचना, मैं सभी हमारे लाभार्थी किसान परिवारों को इस अवसर पर बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं।
He said today's event has brought together farmers, agri-startups and stakeholders on a single platform. He said agri-startups in the country are working to help farmers increase harvest, improve soil health and are creating easy-to-use technology to improve agriculture outcomes.
जो एग्रीकल्चर स्टार्टअप यहाँ पर जो हिस्सा ले रहे हैं, किसानों की भलाई के लिए उन्होंने जो नए नए इनोवेशन किए हैं, उनकी मेहनत कैसे कम हो, उनके पैसों में बचत कैसे हो, उनके काम में गति कैसे बढ़े, उनकी सीमित जमीन में ज्यादा उत्पादन कैसे हो, ऐसे अनेक काम ये हमारे स्टार्टअप वाले हमारे नौजवानों ने किए हैं। एक से बढ़कर एक इनोवेशन नजर आ रहे हैं।
Mr. Modi said the need of the hour is to adopt technology-based modern farming techniques. He said over 22 crore soil health cards have been given so far so that farmers have ready information about their land and harvest.
खेती की पैदावार को बढ़ाने के लिए, अच्छी उपज के लिए हमें खेती में नई व्यवस्थाओं का निर्माण करना ही होगा। ज्यादा वैज्ञानिक पद्धति को, ज्यादा टेक्नोलॉजी को खुले मन से अपनाना ही होगा। इसी सोच के साथ हमने कृषि क्षेत्र में वैज्ञानिक पद्धतियों को बढ़ाने, टेक्नोलॉजी के ज्यादा से ज्यादा इस्तेमाल पर बल दिया है। आज देश में किसानों को 22 करोड़ सॉयल हेल्थ कार्ड दिए जा चुके हैं ताकि उन्हें मिट्टी की सेहत की सही जानकारी मिले।
The Prime Minister said today India is working towards Atmanirbharta in urea production and moving towards liquid nano urea. He says this will be a major milestone for the agriculture sector. Mr. Modi said nano urea will emerge as a cost-effective medium for farming purposes. Mr. Modi also launched Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Urvarak Pariyojana One Nation One Fertilizer. He said from today onwards urea will be widely sold under the single brand name Bharat.
देश में आप हिंदुस्तान के किसी भी कोने में जाइए, एक ही नाम, एक ही ब्रांड से और एक समान गुणवत्ता वाले यूरिया की बिक्री होगी और ये ब्रांड है भारत। जब पूरे देश में फर्टिलाइजर का ब्रांड एक ही होगा तो कंपनी के नाम पर फर्टिलाइजर को लेकर होने वाली मारामारी भी खत्म हो जाएगी। इससे फर्टिलाइजर की कीमत भी कम होगी, खाद तेजी से पर्याप्त मात्रा में उपलब्ध होगा।
The Prime Minister said under the Per Drop More Crop scheme, the government is giving importance to drip irrigation and use of sprinklers. He said this initiative will help conserve water and maintain soil health. Mr. Modi said by using tech-driven initiatives, the government has reduced the distance between farms and the marketplace. Through Kisan Rail and Krishi Udan, farmers are connected not just to metros, but also to international markets, leading to an increase in agri-exports.
ये आधुनिक सुविधाएं आज किसानों के खेतों को देश भर के बड़े शहरों से, विदेश के बाजारों से कनेक्ट कर रही है। इसका एक परिणाम ये भी हुआ है कि कृषि क्षेत्र से एक्सपोर्ट अब उन देश को भी होने लगा है। कृषि निर्यात की बात करें तो भारत दुनिया के टॉप 10 कंट्रीज में है आज। कोरोना की रुकावटों के बावजूद भी 2 साल मुसीबत में गए, उसके बावजूद भी हमारे कृषि निर्यात में 18% की वृद्धि हुई है।
Prime Minister Modi stressed on the need to reduce the dependence on foreign imports, and that is the reason the impetus has been given to the biofuel ethanol. He said ethanol production by the farmers will give rise to development of sustainable automobile fuels. Mr. Modi said the government is dedicated to provide the best technology and innovation in the agricultural sector. On the occasion, the Prime Minister also inaugurated 600 Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samriddhi Kendras of Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. Under it, the fertilizer retail shops in the country will be converted into Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samriddhi Kendras in a phased manner. The Kendras will cater to a wide variety of needs of the farmers and provide agri-inputs, testing facilities for soil, seeds, fertilizers and generate awareness among farmers.
ये ऐसे केंद्र होंगे जहां सिर्फ खाद ही मिलेगी ऐसा नहीं, बल्कि बीज हो, उपकरण हो, सॉइल टेस्टिंग, मिट्टी की टेस्टिंग हो, हर प्रकार की जानकारी जो भी किसान को चाहिए वो इन केंद्रों पर एक ही जगह पर मिलेगी। हमारे किसान भाई बहनों को अब कभी यहां जाओ, फिर वहां जाओ, यहां भटको, वहां भटको, इस सारी झंझट से भी मेरे किसान भाइयों को मुक्ति।
More than 3,30,000 retail fertilizer shops are planned to be converted into Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samriddhi Kendras. Mr. Modi also launched an e-magazine on fertilizer, Indian Edge. It will provide information on domestic and international fertilizer scenarios, including recent developments, price trends analysis, availability and consumption, success stories of farmers, among others. On the occasion, Agriculture and Farmer Welfare Minister Narendra Singh Tomar said the government has taken several steps to increase the income of farmers. He said more than 2,000 agri-startups are working and helping farmers to reduce losses in the agricultural sector. Mr. Tomar said the government is trying to take the number of agri-startups to 10,000. The minister said, so far eligible farmer families have received benefits of more than 2 lakh crore rupees under PM Kisan.
हमारे देश के पढ़े लिखे नौजवान इतनी बुद्धिमत्ता से काम कर रहे हैं कि चाहे वो खेती का क्षेत्र हो या अन्य क्षेत्र हो, अनेक प्रकार की टेक्नोलॉजी इजाद करके काम करने को कैसे आसान किया जा सकता है, नुकसान को कैसे बचाया जा सकता है, उत्पादन और उत्पादकता कैसे बढ़ाई जा सकती है, फसल के उपरांत नुकसान को कैसे रोका जा सकता है, किसान सूचनाओं के नजदीक कैसे आ सकता है। इस दृष्टि से लगातार हमारे एग्री स्टार्टअप देश भर में काम कर रहे हैं।
Chemicals and Fertilizers Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia said that agricultural research in the country has got a boost under the Narendra Modi government. He said now India has become the first country in the world to start commercial production of nano-urea. Dr. Mandavia said the government is providing a better market to farmers so that they can get better and fair price for their produce.
कृषि में नई टेक्नोलॉजी अपनानी हो, स्मार्ट टेक्नोलॉजी के इस्तेमाल का बढ़ावा देना हो या फिर किसानों के उत्पाद को बेहतर बाजार उपलब्ध कराना हो, इन सभी मोर्चों पर काफी कार्य हुए हैं। इसलिए एक तरफ भारत का कृषि उत्पादन रिकॉर्ड स्तर पर पहुंचा है, तो दूसरी तरफ किसानों को अपनी उपज के लिए बेहतर और उचित कीमत भी मिल रही है। कृषि को लेकर हो रहे शोध को काफी बढ़ावा मिला है। इसी वजह से भारत दुनिया का पहला ऐसा देश बना जिसने नैनो यूरिया का व्यावसायिक उत्पादन शुरू किया।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will begin the distribution of Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana Mukhyamantri Amrutam Ayushman cards in Gujarat today through video conferencing. 50 lakh coloured printed Ayushman cards will be distributed to all the beneficiaries across Gujarat at the doorstep. As the then Chief Minister of Gujarat, Mr. Modi had started the Mukhyamantri Amrutam scheme in 2012 to protect poor citizens from the catastrophic cost of medical treatment and illness. In 2014, the scheme was extended to cover families having an annual income limit of 4 lakh rupees. Later, the scheme was extended to several other groups as well and was rebranded as Mukhyamantri Amrutam Vatsalaya Yojana. Drawing from the experience of the success of the scheme in 2018, the Prime Minister had launched the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, providing coverage to up to 5 lakh rupees per family per year. Union Minister for Coal Prahlad Joshi has said that the government has taken a number of reforms in the last 8 years to make the coal sector more competitive. He said the government is providing incentives to coal mine owners if they start early production of coal after the allocation of coal blocks. The minister stated this after inaugurating the first National Coal Conclave and exhibition in New Delhi today. Theme of the conclave was Indian coal sector sustainable mining towards Atmanirbhar Bharat. Mr. Joshi said during the year 2021-22, the country's coal sector has achieved a record production of 772 million tons of coal, registering a growth of 8.8%. The minister also informed that a total of 75 coal blocks have been allocated with a peak rated capacity of 327 million tons, and out of them 42 coal blocks are operational. The Union Minister added that the fourth tranche of coal auction has been completed and the fifth tranche of coal auction is in process. The minister also called upon all the stakeholders to strive towards reducing the coal imports.
The 5th Assembly of International Solar Alliance will begin in New Delhi today under India's presidentship. Participants from 109 countries will be sharing their experiences towards a low-carbon economy through promotion of solar energy at the 4-day event. The Assembly is the apex decision-making body of the International Solar Alliance ISA that makes decisions concerning the implementation of the ISA's framework agreement. The Assembly meets annually at the ministerial level at the ISA's seat. The News Services Division of All India Radio will bring an exclusive interview with Dr. Ajay Mathur, Director General of International Solar Alliance, in our program Surkhiyon Mein tonight. Dr. Ajay Mathur talked about the efficient use of solar energy to promote ease of living and the different sectors benefiting from the boom in solar energy.
Solar pumps will completely change the picture of things to come. We are seeing all kinds of interesting models coming up to address this, whether it is for primary health centers, where vaccines storage becomes a lot more effective if solar can be used to provide the cooling. We can have solar cold storages. One can have solar rooftop systems. In other words, way in which you and I will start using solar in our daily lives.
Dr. Mathur also stressed on how solar power is not only a low-carbon energy but has also become the most cost-effective and affordable form of energy.
The big thing about solar is that it has got zero or near zero carbon footprint. And consequently, every time I use solar to substitute for diesel, I am reducing a huge carbon footprint. This is a matter of economics. Solar is the cheapest form of electricity. So the key emphasis in government programs has to be about bringing down the costs of enabling people to adopt solar and enabling people to adopt batteries.
Stay tuned to FM Gold Channel and additional frequencies from 7:40 p.m. onwards to listen to the full interview. This interview will also be available on our YouTube channel, News on AIR Official, and our website, newsonair.nic.in.
You were listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister inaugurates Kisan Samman Sammelan in New Delhi, releases 16,000 crore rupees to farmers under the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi. Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Urvarak Pariyojana One Nation One Fertilizer scheme launched. Prime Minister to begin the distribution of Ayushman cards in Gujarat this evening. 5th Assembly of International Solar Alliance to begin in New Delhi under India's presidentship. Coal sector achieves record production of 772 million tons of coal with a growth of 8.8% during the year 2021-22. Voting underway to elect new Congress president. And in football, India to take on Brazil in the final Group A game of FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup in Bhubaneswar this evening. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
I am India. Look at me. Know my name.
We're one of the most mega diverse countries on this planet.
Our weddings, our fashion statements, they're all inspired by our silver screen heroes and heroines.
A 75 years young India.
What we are really going to see India become is a powerhouse.
India 2.0.
The Journey of India from 14th October every Friday at 7 p.m. in Hindi and 10 p.m. in English on DD National.
जब जुड़े लोग से लोग वोट से वोट बने तब लोकतंत्र का सिस्टम जब जुड़े लोग से लोग वोट से वोट बने तब लोकतंत्र का सिस्टम मतदाता जुड़ते जाए बने तब ऐसा नया कनेक्शन मतदाता जुड़ते जाए बने तो ऐसा नया कनेक्शन मतदाता जंक्शन मतदाता जंक्शन मतदाता जंक्शन मतदाता जंक्शन.
Welcome back to the Midday News. The polling for election of a new Congress president is underway. The voting began at 10 a.m. and will continue up to 4 p.m. Party Interim President Sonia Gandhi, General Secretary Priyanka Vadra, MPs P. Chidambaram, Jairam Ramesh and other leaders cast their votes at the AICC headquarters in New Delhi. Party leaders Mallikarjun Kharge and Shashi Tharoor are in the fray for the top party post. The counting of votes will be taken up on Wednesday and the results will be declared the same day. In Maharashtra, the Bharatiya Janata Party has decided to withdraw application of its candidate from Andheri East Assembly by-poll. State President Chandrasekhar Bavankhule today announced this decision in Nagpur. BJP had nominated Murji Patel for Andheri East Assembly by-poll. The elections are being held due to the death of sitting MLA Ramesh Latke. Shiv Sena Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray Party has fielded Rutuja Latke, widow of Ramesh Latke. Yesterday, NCP Chief Sharad Pawar, MNS Chief Raj Thackeray appealed the BJP to withdraw application of their candidate. State Minister Pratap Sarnaik, who is from Balasaheb Anchi Shiv Sena Party, also requested Chief Minister Eknath Shinde to withdraw the application of candidate against Rutuja Latke. Total 14 candidates have filed applications for this by-poll and today is the last day to withdraw candidature.
Central Bureau of Investigation (CBI) is questioning Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia in connection with the alleged Delhi liquor policy scam. The scheme came under the scanner after the Delhi LG Vinay Kumar Saxena recommended a CBI probe into the irregularities in the implementation of Delhi's excise policy 2021-22. Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia is among the 15 accused named in the FIR filed by the CBI. The FIR was lodged for alleged violation of rules and procedural lapses in the new liquor policy. BJP today alleged that the Aam Aadmi Party was formed with a pledge to fight corruption, but it turned out to be the biggest corrupt party. The party's comment came after Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia appeared for questioning before the CBI in the excise policy case. Addressing a press conference at the party headquarters here, BJP spokesperson Sambit Patra said, "Nowadays a new trend has started. When the corrupt are called to question, they first go to Rajghat and they do Satyagrah." Briefing media, AAP MLA Atishi said CBI has no proof of corruption against Manish Sisodia. She said AAP is an honest political party.
In our bilingual live phone-in program Public Speak, we will bring you a discussion on health issues of air pollution and precautionary measures with Dr. Neeraj Gupta, HOD of Pulmonary Medicine, Safdarjung Hospital at 9:30 tonight. Listeners can ask questions to the expert on issues related to air pollution from 9:30 p.m. onwards on telephone number 011-2342-1764. Repeat, 011-2342-1764. You can also post your queries on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts by hashtag AskAIR. This live program can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies. This program will also be available on our website newsonair.nic.in and on our YouTube channel News on AIR Official. Over the past 75 years since independence, India's largest public service broadcaster, All India Radio, has been the proverbial storyteller for crores of people across the country. All India Radio is celebrating 75 years of freedom with the series Azad Bharat Ki Baat Akashvani ke Saath. It showcases the journey of India since independence in various walks of life through the storytelling of All India Radio. In today's episode, we bring you the story of Smart Cities Mission.
The objective of the Smart Cities Mission is to promote cities that provide core infrastructure and give a decent quality of life, clean and sustainable environment to their citizens through application of smart solutions. Launching the mission on 25th of June in 2015, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had said it will be an important milestone for urban development in the country.
शहर कैसा बढ़ेगा, कब जाएगा कहां, किस रास्ते आगे बढ़ेगा, वेस्ट में बढ़ेगा कि ईस्ट में बढ़ेगा, समाज के छोटे से छोटे व्यक्ति के लिए भी उसमें क्या जगह होगी, ये प्लान जब तक शहर का नेतृत्व दीर्घदृष्टि के साथ नहीं करता है, ये स्थिति बनी रहेगी। हम इस अमृत योजना के माध्यम से ये एक बदलाव चाहते हैं। शहर खुद अपना सोचने लगे, शहर अपनी योजनाएं बनाने लगे और कहां जाना, कैसे जाना, उसका फैसला शहर करे।
A total of 100 smart cities were selected under Smart Cities Mission through 4 rounds of competition from January 2016 to June 2018. The focus is on sustainable and inclusive development, and the idea is to look at compact areas, create replicable models which will act as lighthouses for other areas in the same city or other aspiring cities. The smart city proposal of each city has been prepared through extensive citizen engagement. Since the needs and aspirations of citizens in different cities are different, the priorities and projects contained in the proposals vary from city to city. Minister of Housing and Urban Affairs Hardeep Puri says that an Atmanirbhar India will only be possible if the cities become productive. He said that India's cities, enabled by citizen-centric infrastructure and transformational technology, will be the key to achieving the nation's development objectives.
We have 4,041 cities in India. The idea is to get these 100 well and running with smart solutions, which is a huge business opportunity. We're talking about, $30 billion in the first instance. But each smart city will have a lighthouse effect. From there you will go, the other cities will want to do this, and there's a series of urban challenges which we are in the process of addressing, and I have absolutely no doubt we'll get this one right. I think we're on the cusp of the 4th Industrial Revolution. The 4th Industrial Revolution is all about urban services, and again I have no doubt that it will be win-win for India.
There has been a considerable progress in implementation of projects under the Smart Cities Mission since its inception. The period of implementation of Smart Cities Mission has been extended up to June 2023 due to COVID pandemic. All smart cities are expected to complete their projects within the stipulated time. Projects developed under the Smart Cities Mission are multi-sectoral and mirror the aspirations of the local population. Smart cities have developed and operationalized their integrated command and control centers, ICCCs, in the country. These operational ICCCs functioned as war rooms for COVID management and, along with other smart infrastructure developed under the mission, helped cities in fighting the pandemic through information dissemination, improving communication, predictive analysis, and supporting effective management.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर।
8700014242।
Dr. Dilip Mahalanobis, the epoch-making doctor who pioneered the use of oral rehydration theory for treatment of diarrheal diseases and development of oral rehydration solution ORS, passed away in Kolkata yesterday. Dr. Mahalanobis proved the effectiveness of ORS in cholera patients at a refugee camp in Bongaon, West Bengal during the 1971 war. Dr. Mahalanobis was made a member of the WHO's Diarrheal Disease Control Program in 1983 for over 5 years. In Ukraine, the authorities have said that the capital Kyiv was attacked by kamikaze drones early this morning. Kyiv's Mayor Vitaly Klitschko said that the residential buildings have been damaged in the attack. The attacks come a week after the capital was hit by several missiles at Russia in the nationwide attack that left 19 dead. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said on Sunday that intense fighting between Russia and Ukrainian forces was taking place around two towns in Donetsk region of eastern Ukraine, Bakhmut and Soledar. According to media reports, fighting has been particularly intense this weekend in the Donetsk and Luhansk regions and the strategically important Kherson province in the south.
The UNICEF has said the economic crisis due to the Russia-Ukraine conflict has grown more than 4 million children into poverty across Eastern Europe and Central Asia. It said on Monday that Russian and Ukrainian children have been the most affected since the conflict started in February. The UNICEF drew its conclusions from a study of data from 22 countries. On the other hand, the World Food Programme estimated that nearly 19 million Afghans are facing food insecurity. On World Food Day, which was observed on Sunday, the World Food Programme in Afghanistan said a survey conducted in February and March indicated that nearly 19 million people are facing food insecurity. In Nigeria, more than 600 people have died so far in the worst flooding that the country has seen in a decade. Nigerian Humanitarian Affairs Minister Sadia Umar Farouk said around 82,000 houses and over 100,000 hectares of farmland had been submerged and destroyed due to the worst flooding. Nigeria's Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs last week reported that around 1.4 million people had been displaced from their homes. Last week, President Muhammadu Buhari ordered release of 12,000 metric tons of food items from the strategic reserves for communities affected by catastrophic flooding.
The Sensex and the Nifty today climbed more than 0.5% in the afternoon trade. Both indices rose amid positive cues from majority of the global share markets. The Sensex was trading above 58,400 level, while the Nifty was trading above 17,300 points. The Sensex gained 493 points or 0.85% to trade at 58,413. The Nifty also surged 133 points or 0.78% to trade at 17,319. In the forex market, the rupee weakened 6 paise to trade at 82 rupees and 42 paise against the US dollar in afternoon deals. In football, host India will face Brazil in the final Group A game of the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup 2022 at the Kalinga Stadium in Bhubaneswar today. The match will start at 8 p.m. Indian time. Host India already out of the World Cup, having lost their first two Group League encounters against the United States and Morocco.
In ICC Men's T20 World Cup warm-up matches, India defeated Australia by 6 runs in the stipulated 20 overs at the Gabba Stadium in Brisbane, Australia. Earlier, Australia won the toss and opted to bowl first. Chasing the target of 187 runs set by India, Australia managed to score 180 runs in 20 overs. In another warm-up match between New Zealand and South Africa at Allan Border Stadium, South Africa had beaten New Zealand by 9 wickets. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister inaugurates Kisan Samman Sammelan in New Delhi, releases 16,000 crore rupees to farmers under the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi. Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Urvarak Pariyojana, One Nation, One Fertilizer scheme launched. Prime Minister to begin the distribution of Ayushman cards in Gujarat this evening. 5th Assembly of International Solar Alliance to begin in New Delhi under India's presidency. Coal sector achieves record production of 772 million tons of coal with a growth of 8.8% during the year 2021-22. Voting underway to elect new Congress president. And in football, India to take on Brazil in their final Group A game of FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup in Bhubaneswar this evening. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and News on AIR app. With that, we end the Midday News.